Very excited to welcome you all to our fourth session of the monthly webinar series, the 2025 Customer Loyalty Playbook, Retention in the Age of AI. As always, this series happens on the second Thursday of every month, and the focus of the series is on delivering you actionable insights on how to leverage AI and conversational commerce for measurable retention outcomes. We're going to have experts from our team, as well as all the other people from our team in the comments and watching as well. And you'll get a chance to ask all your questions live at the end. Still seeing some people trickle in. So let's give a couple of minutes and I'll share a little bit more about what you're going to learn today and also some housekeeping rules. So today's session is titled From Concept to Conversion, a hands-on guide to implementing WhatsApp AI agents. And we're going to be kind of taking a look at how these AI agents, how people can get into conversations with these AI agents, the entry points for these convos, and then also doing a live demo where we actually will build an AI agent journey for you, and you can see how that works. Super exciting. So the event today will be around 50 to 60 minutes in total. Our talk will probably take somewhere around 35 to 40 minutes of that. And then at the end, we'll have an interactive Q&A, as always, for another 15 or 20 minutes, where you can ask all your questions. So please, in case that you want to ask a question, please use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. And we'll pick the most interesting questions that we can answer live. And please set those questions to everyone, and not just panelists, so the rest of the audience can see them as well. And as always, we are recording this webinar, so if you need to leave early, that's totally fine. Feel free to do so. But definitely recommend that you stay till the end so you can participate in the Q&A session. So let's get started again. My name is Ben. I'm the Senior Product Marketing Manager here at Charles. I've been part of the team since January. With me today, I'm very happy to be joined by Luisa Schminsky from our Customer Success team and Esteban Gomez, our Senior Conversation Designer here at Charles. Very nice to see you both. If you'd like to introduce yourself, let's start with Luisa.
Sure. Hey, everyone. Super nice to see so many of you, or at least the names. I'm Luisa. As Ben said, I am Customer Success Manager at Charles already since September last year, and I'm super happy to join and show you a little bit more about how to enable AI and how to push it forward in the next couple of minutes.
Hi everyone, I'm Esteban Gomez, and as Ben said, I'm the Creative Strategist and Conversational Designer here at Charles. Previously, I joined in January, but I was working at Spectrum, and I've been working at different enterprise level companies where I create the engaging conversations that the users have with the chatbots and with the virtual agents. So really happy to guide you through this journey and hopefully spark the next level entry points and engagement for your virtual assistants.
Super exciting. Thank you both so much. Luisa, I just wanted to mention quickly before we jump into the topic here, I think we had an event last week, right? The Beauty Marketing Roadshow, yeah?
Yeah.
You want to say a few words about that?
Sure. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to join, but my dear colleagues have made up a great roadshow, this time about beauty. We do these roadshows every couple of months in different cities. The last time it was in Düsseldorf, kind of a beauty capital of Germany. And a lot of great brands were there. I've heard great stuff, great exchange of ideas and fun discussions, especially also on the topic of AI.
Very exciting, yeah. I'm hoping to make it out to one of these at some point. I haven't been to one yet, but I think maybe for
it's actually super fun. You see, Dermalogica was there. They're like a long-term client of ours. I think also Perfume Dreams were there, Cass Berlin, like a lot of fun beauty brands. And we do these for different industries as well, right? So this time it's beauty, next time it could be food and supplements. We really hope to see also a few of the participants that are in this webinar in these roadshows. It's more fun to see people in person and talk to each other there.
Completely agree. Yeah, hope we see them there soon. Cool, let's jump in. Our first topic for today is about entry points for AI agents on WhatsApp. So, Louisa, again to you. What do we mean here when we are talking about this topic?
Great question. So I think entry points is pretty straightforward. What we mean by this is that there are a ton of ways how to engage with your prospects, your customers, your existing clients. And this especially means that we want to show how people get into a conversation with AI agents and not only WhatsApp per se. So what to look out for is like a great start. Basically, what we have is like ABC, 3 main goals that we want to target with these entry points. And we do cluster them a little bit, so it makes like most sense on the customer journey. So with A, starting, we want to generate brand awareness and create like a really compelling first impression through AI touch points, especially on WhatsApp. Who is targeted by this is a potential new customer, a prospect, someone who just discovered your brand and doesn't really know where to start and how to engage with you. They could have been on social media, they could have been in an out-of-home campaign. So anywhere where you really want to attract new customers. Secondly, we want to get into the more qualified leads, the one that we now targeted, who have now engaged with us, and we want them to become paying and at one point also loyal customers, which means we get into like a more of a personalization and more like personal conversation with AI. These are engaged prospects, which means they have already shown an interest in your brand, but have not had the right incentive, the right moment yet to really do their purchase right now or base their decision on purchasing yet. Lastly, I already talked about it. There is like the big point of loyalty, which we all love and enjoy. So we want to maximize the customer lifetime value. This means that we use AI agents in our retention strategies to incentivize a repeat purchase, not only first to second, but third to fourth, and so on. In the best case, 50th to 51, right? So we all want the very, very loyal customer to keep being engaged. So this is also the audience, obviously. We want them to see value and create like the deepest brand connection possible in order to continue their purchases with us as a brand.
Absolutely. Very exciting. And I think next we have a diagram here that we all love at Charles. We use this all the time when we're talking to people.
Yeah, very true. What we always do as a chart is we look at the customer journey and we look at the things, the ABC, which we just had in 3 different stages. So there's the attraction stage for the potential prospect. There's the conversion stage for everyone who has been engaged now, but we need to give them a little push maybe for their first purchase, and then the retention one, which we dearly love, the loyalties. And underneath all of these 3, we clustered some great examples for different entry points for each different stage. So we do have to separate them from each other. They may be a little fluid in sense, but to have like a clear goal, we also need clear entry points.
Yeah. Absolutely, completely agree. So I don't think we're going to go through all of these, but we're going to go through a few. So maybe we kick it over to Esteban to talk about CTX, click to chat ads.
Sure. Thank you, Luisa, for that. Yes, as Luisa just mentioned, we have 3 different stages. So the first one that we're going to be looking into is the attract stage. And the first one that we're going to be tackling is the CTX ads, or the well-known CTX click to chat ads. that we can have from any of these Instagram or Meta products, Instagram, Facebook, going to right away into WhatsApp. What does it work is the first thing that we need to understand is that these ads will be populated in your users and your customers or prospects, Instagram, Facebook. So that way we can attract them and bring them into a personalized recommendation where our super agent Reco can definitely help them to become loyal and becoming leads immediately. The conversion hooks that we can use within this entry point is exclusive discounts, for example, product awareness and personalized one-on-one experiences, right? So this is a really good start point for all these users to understand what your brand is going to be looking like, or what is the enticing or the hook for them to come into your virtual agent virtual agent experience and becoming a prospect, changing from the prospect and to becoming a lead. The next element that we want to tackle in this is the Meta best practices for click-to-chat ads, right? Obviously, what we need to understand is that there's some best practices from Meta that is always best to recommend, always best to follow. So the first thing that we need to look into is the display your brand and product immediately. So the customer right away registers that is your brand and what is the product that they're trying to sell. Right. The second one is the mobile first framing. We need to remember that we are focusing we're focusing mostly on phones. So therefore the aspect ratio is super important, and the main message should be big and visible and legible for everyone to understand what the point of the entry point is, or what the point of the ad is. The third one is the visual appealing, right? We eat everything, or we consume every day, everything through our eyes. So it's important to have a clear and quick and visual hook so we grab everyone's attention while holding the phone. And the fourth, but not last for that, is the humanize your brand. So use people in your CTX ads or like your visuals, so that way we can, the user seeing your ad can really make a connection with your brand and with the people who are using that brand.
Absolutely. Yeah. These CTX ads I always think are so interesting because for me, it's like, I feel like a lot of consumers maybe have not seen something like this before, but at the same time, it's like a very intuitive way of like interacting with a brand when they see like this click to chat or something. And it feels much more interesting than just like a link to a website, at least from my perspective.
Definitely. Indeed. So many of us, we don't even recognize sometimes if the visual appealing, or like if these best practices are conveyed, we don't even realize that we're seeing an ad, right? So we're scrolling on our feed on Instagram or Facebook, and then suddenly we're like been encountering these ads and we don't even realize them, but mainly because they have followed these Meta best practices and they connect with you, right? So that's really good.
Yeah, exactly. The next one I think is owned social media.
Yes, own social media. This is a really good one. Obviously, for all of our customers and prospects, this is something that I keep on pushing for them, right? At the end of the day, social media is where our customers and our prospects live and known about your brand. So it's always best to try to convert or try to bring those from your brand in your Instagram into or your Facebook and bring them onto your WhatsApp, right? Where they can become loyal and become a lifetime value customer. So the idea over here that you can see is that on Instagram and on Facebook, you can add a third CTA that is called the CTA to WhatsApp, or like a WAMI link in the description, or like a hyperlink, that in the end of the day, what it means, or what the aim is, that the users have a really easy access to go from your brand on Instagram to WhatsApp. It can also be promoted through through stories, reels. So in order to, as you said, Ben, before, right? So you're going through your feed, you're going through your stories, you're going through your reels, and suddenly you see your brand, a brand that you know, a brand that you follow, a brand that you love, and suddenly you see a connection with that, and they're prompting you to go into WhatsApp. So that's a really good way to becoming a loyal customer at the end of the day, with maybe a personalized shopping assistant, FAQs, customer service. So if you have some questions with our AI agent support, so it's a way to connect your users from one channel to another, but with the same brand and also with the same visual appealing that you have.
Super exciting. Yeah, I think the interactions between all of these platforms, especially the ones that are like Meta owned as well, I think they're always kind of improving the connectivity between them and making it easier for brands there.
Yeah. The third one, this is a really true winner in the game, and it's a game changer. Right? So this is the content creators entry point. And you might be thinking, wait, what? A content creator can be an entry point? Yes, indeed, it can be, and it can become an entry point, a really successful entry point. As you can see on the left side, you might not recognize that, but this is a entry point from Nike Paris, like one of our clients, that we did a collaboration with a content creator called Inoxt, or Inostack, sorry, on Instagram. That is a French content creator, really well known in Paris specifically. So the users and so Nike Paris and Inostack collaborated to create a next level conversational experience where the users were able to win places to go, like spots to go onto boxing classes, or like even do other activities, such as it was all connected to sports. But the idea over here is that it will inspire authenticity and creativity. It will build an even larger audience with the creators that share your values and enhance your campaign, because at the end of the day, remember that these users coming from, for example, in this case, Inox, and they were customers from Inox, but then they were becoming also customers from Nike Paris, because they see an engagement for Nike Paris and Inox tag, they will become just one. So in this case, we can have an exclusive creator prize, gamified creator experiences, or even one-on-one conversational experiences with the creator. So this is a really easy and also fun experience for all your customers out there, trying to understand exactly what your brand and what are the values of your brand, and also content creators that they love, that they follow, becoming, just as I said, one with the brand.
So cool. Yeah, I really love stuff like this. And this is not entirely based on just the content creator thing, but with WhatsApp especially, like I've been so impressed since being here at Charles of like how much creativity you can have with like the way that you structure things. And even we've done some work with our studios team that's very unique, like for the World Health Organization, or for the which one was it? This the WhatsApp game, the DRG, yeah, where you can like really build this interactive conversation with like multimedia formats. That's not what you would think of, like that this is on WhatsApp, but it can be super unique.
And that's the beauty of it, right? So when it comes from, you just have conversational experiences that are actual conversations with your customers, that they are not just one-sided conversations. So it's at the end of the day, what we want to have is conversations. And if you go into WhatsApp, is where you actually have conversations with your friends, with your family, right? With the people that you love. So at the end of the day, why don't you just create a conversational experience that feels unique and it feels real, right? So it's not all about just having one-sided conversations from your brand, or you just kind of like require information from the brand, but it's also like the brand sending you information, and like creating this unique and also like this atmosphere that you can have WhatsApp as another realm of your brand, and as another, let's say, imaginative element that you can play with your brand.
Yeah, absolutely. So cool. Okay, next one here, online and offline.
Yes. The last one that we're going to be seeing as for the attract stage, as Luisa has mentioned, is the online and offline entry point. In the end, what we need to do is convert prospects in ready-to-buy moments by using own entry points to engage them more personally. The visitors already are exploring your brand, right? So the AI agents can collect and contact details to follow up, ensuring a seamless and automated onboarding experience. As you can see over here, we have 3 different examples of the online and offline entry points, right? So for example, we have the first one for Purely, they have the chat in within the website, right? Where the users will click on that CTA, the first one that you see on the left side, that the users will click on the CTA and it will trigger right away the WhatsApp experience. The second one, it's for Essence Beauty, if I remember correctly. I cannot really read it, but it's the Essence Beauty, right? So where they have already a newsletter and they have the QR code over there where the users can actually scan the QR code and then go to the WhatsApp experience. And the third one, our famous Fashionette conversational experience or Fashionette project campaign that we did, right? Where they could win a Gucci bag completely gratis, completely free. And you could see this ad in everything, everywhere in the city. So the users can actually scan this code or learn more about it and then win a chance to get this Gucci bag. And yeah.
Super cool. Yeah, I love this as well, especially like the ones where you physically have kind of a QR code or something out there in your stores or on a billboard or something, and people can directly from just being out in the world in brick and mortar stores, they can connect with you on these messaging platforms. So good.
And much more days, as you said, Ben, right? So we've seen more and more companies and more stores actually using QR codes. So we're becoming more and more used to scanning QR codes. So why don't we leverage that and bring it to WhatsApp?
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Okay, I think we've talked about the attract bubble here for a while, but I think it's time to move into the convert stage now and kick it over to Luisa.
Yes, thank you, Esteban, for this great insights. To be honest, I still need to get my hands on the CTX part. I think it's so fun to have so many possibilities to attract people. And I have to say, I will definitely try to push my clients to try this out more. Because I want to get to experience them as well. But coming up into the conversion phase, we have one great example, which I personally really like, is automations. I feel like including automations in WhatsApp makes life so much easier. We all love our marketing campaigns and our new launches, and we love our sale campaigns, but the automation is a great base for anything that goes on behind the scenes, kind of. You have to set it up once and then you can leave it for a while and then you can optimize it after a while. And why this is also great for an entry point for AI is basically because all of these reminders are automated. So let's take abandoned cart, like in this example. AI can actually help to kind of nudge a customer to complete their orders or their purchase by offering some more guidance. So you see on the left, there's an example from our side where you could say that it's first the very typical message that we encourage our customers to use. Say, hey, you forgot something. Do you want to check out your card? And hopefully it's not gone. But if this didn't cause any interaction or any real purchase, we need another small nudge and are able to include AI in this one. So, hey, maybe you haven't found the right product for you yet, or the product in the card, you don't know if it's really fitting for you. Let us help you. Let our AI agent help you and guide your way. So it's a perfect entry point for a very personalized consultation, and also fun to give maybe an exclusive discount afterwards to encourage this ongoing interaction with AI.
Super exciting. Move back into a little bit into the real world here, the physical space.
Yes, also very fun. And I think also underestimated in the conversion phase is anything that comes along with print. I know it's kind of old school, but as Esteban and you've been also said, these QR codes are coming back to us. They're coming into the real world and we can see them anywhere and everywhere. And why not put them in packages, for example, or in shopping bags in your store to really get customers engaged and connect to them in order to, push forward. So this can be a great example to encourage like a second purchase, actually. Or even a first one when you scan a QR code in a shop and you get like a discount from it. So in general, this like interaction to scan a QR code can connect the customer to your AI agent, and then the AI agent takes over your, well, shopping assistant, kind of. He or she or it can basically explain how to use the product correctly. It could encourage the customer to add another item, kind of do an upsell thing here, create a routine for skincare, for example, and guide them with these like, or from the printed materials into also like an online and digital space. So it could be product discovery, it could be another exclusive discount, it could be a lottery, but also just another like way to guide people to make the right choice for them.
Super exciting. I think again you can get super creative here with the kinds of experiences and campaigns that you want to do.
Definitely. And it's not always about the discount, right? So
It's true, yeah,
just
exactly.
to make that out.
It's not the only way to
No, it's a good
connect with
way.
people. Yeah.
But we want more than just discounts. We want like real connection.
Definitely, definitely.
I think that's also taking us to retention.
Exactly, yeah. Our final stage.
Yeah, and the fun one. I think I said it now a lot of times. I'm coming also from like the retention game. I have a lot of experience from like e-commerce brand and helping them in retaining customers. So that's kind of like deep down in my heart, one of my favorite stages, if you couldn't tell. And I really want to point out how versatile this stage is and very, very underestimated, what loyal customers can really do. And one great idea is, I think, to have loyalty specials, kind of, to give back something that customers gave you over a longer period of time. So basically creating a very unique and personal VIP experience through AI on WhatsApp to engage with them, make them feel valued, and create like a personalized loyalty experience that only they are eligible to use. So a great example from our side is using brand passes or loyal, or even making up your own loyalty club on WhatsApp and encouraging interactions on WhatsApp with AI by these passes or clubs, where the AI keeps on being your personal assistant, your guide along the way, but on a more fun and gamified way. So that's an experience that only you as a loyal customer will get. You will maybe have the choice to do some referrals to your friends and family, which, well, us as brands will benefit from, of course. But if you do it, maybe the AI will nudge you or will show you a new pass which you can get. And with these passes, you could, for example, also create your personal shopping journeys going forward. You can collect them, use them on a later stage to get another discount, or be part of an event, a special occasion where you can be, one of the very, very rare customers being a part of it. So a lot of fun things. And I think studios, our studio apartment, our dear colleagues are also, for this case, a great help to come up with like ideas on how to create your like very special loyalty experience.
Yeah, they're idea machines over there.
Yeah. They are.
Always come in and
I'll
put
take that as a really good compliment, definitely. And I'll pass it also to Etienne, our master of creativity. Luis, I think like this is a really great example that you just put over there, right? How our customers, our brands can create something that is completely new on WhatsApp and can just really benefit from having another layer of your brand in WhatsApp, and the beauty club, the water pass, the skin pass, all these different passes that we can create, the fashion cards, right? All these different passes or like loyalty cards that we can create to just bring and yes, another level of experience with your branding WhatsApp. I think this is something that we should be pushing to all of our brands in a way, in short, large mode. But I think it's a really good way to move forward.
And also part of attraction, like it's a full circle moment, right? You think about referral and you go back into, right, I have a friend who never purchased from the brand that I love, like, and that's how it starts from the beginning again. So yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, it's super cool. And the thing I love about like this experience for loyalty on these messaging apps as well is like I think it feels so much more personal than email, number one. But then also you can, as we said with the studios and the creativity point, like you can really do things that are quite unique and much different than just like here's a discount code. Like I think we had a client recently who was doing these like trading cards so that people would actually collect these cards, and each one individually is like has a small bonus or like a small discount or something, some kind of thing. But if you collect them all and they combine them, they like power up and get like you get better bonuses and stuff.
Yeah,
I thought that
it's
was
like
so creative and
Pokemon.
fun. Exactly, yeah.
Exactly,
like
exactly like that. It's like a Pokemon, but in your WhatsApp. Hey, I think like I will play it. I will play it.
Same,
Yeah,
childhood dreams come
exactly.
true.
Same here. Nice. Yeah, I see a couple questions in the chat, but just as a reminder, if you have questions during our talk, please send them in the chat and then we will get to them at the end and answer them all. I think last thing before we get to our live demo here, we're going to look at a couple of results that we've seen from some of our clients using AI agents. Would you like to talk about that, Louisa?
I wouldn't want to do anything else than that. Yes, I love it. Okay, so we have started with a couple of clients on the AI journey already. We had a fun beta period where we tested a lot, where we got into the realm kind of. It's also new for us. Like we have to be honest here. It's a fun new way of interact and engage, and we're still learning a lot with our clients and also on ourselves. But these are like some of the first great results that we're having. So overall, we have a really amazing conversion rate of 16%, which is awesome, which I haven't seen, to be honest, a real marketing campaign or a regular automation coming up to that number. And then a big thing for WhatsApp is the revenue per recipient. So basically what we measure is how much revenue each message will get you if you have like a segment that you're targeting with 50,000 subscribers. We go down to that number and see, okay, you have to invest something with like Meta, but you have a better and bigger return from it. So let's say it's a marketing campaign and you pay in Germany, it's like 11 cents to Meta for this one, but you get a return for each of these recipients with AI of €3.67, which is amazing. Like this is an awesome return and something that we really want to build upon and make it even bigger. So these, just to make sure, these are just the first results that we're having here. And lastly, also a great like click-through rate showing. So for example, our AI agents can offer guidance for product recommendations. And this is the rate that people engage with to click on the products, go to the brand's page, and then convert with the 16% out of it. So really, really cool results. I'm so happy to be a part of this whole topic and also project going forward, and to test even more entry points coming along the way, like with the clients.
Exactly. Yeah. And I also wanted to mention in the slide deck that we're going to send to all of the attendees afterwards, we actually have more slides about the entry points, because we didn't want to take up too much time and talk about all of them. But there are more slides that we didn't get to that will be in the final presentation that we sent to everybody. So you'll get to review and check those out. Nice. Okay. I think we are ready to move on to our next stage here, how to set up your AI journey. So Esteban, what's next here?
Well, I guess now we're getting our hands dirty, and we're going to showcase how to actually build a journey. And Charles, right? But first, without further ado, I think the best thing that we can do is taking in consideration everyone who is within our participation list over here, and trying to hear you and know exactly which one of those industries you like our AI agent to build, right? So we have 3 different ones. The first one is the skincare, right? So we discover the products for to add to your skincare routine this summer. Fashion, so from the catwalk to the wardrobe for the latest styles. And the third, but not least for that, food and supplements. So if you got a sweet tooth, you can enjoy our delicious guilt-free protein bars. So feel free to choose which industry would you like to go for.
I just
Sounds good.
received
And
the
I have-
poll as well, that I'm not allowed
Yeah.
to vote. I will keep my mouth shut.
Yes. Yeah, I think
Shoot.
all of the participants should see the poll that just popped up. So please take
Yeah.
a minute to answer that one question, and we will figure out which industry we're gonna build in our
I love
AI
that.
agent.
I love
Give
the
it another
interaction here.
minute or two. Yeah, super fun.
Exciting.
Nice. Give it another 5 seconds for everyone who wants to jump in, and then I think we have our winner. Yeah, I think fashion is the winner here with 45% of the vote.
Fashion it is then.
So let's do fashion.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so since we have decided fashion, and that's a great choice, obviously. So let's kind of like start thinking about how we're going to be building our AI agent. Charles, however, the first things first that we need to look into is the welcome flow, right? So all of our customers as of now who are in the list of participants today or prospects, one of the things that you need to know is the welcome flow. So the welcome flow for us is where actually you come in from these entry points that we have been discussing and we've been talking about. So you go from the entry points, you go into the welcome flow, and the welcome flow is where we actually collect the opt-in or the double opt-in. So we're making sure that we're collecting those ones opt-ins to make those users coming into the WhatsApp experience and become a subscriber. And that way we can re-engage them later on outside of the 24 hours that Meta allow us for free. So in this case, this is the double opt-in or the opt-in where we need to collect in order to re-engage. So first things first, we need to remember this. However, for the purpose of this demo, I'm just gonna stay away from this one and I will not be adding it to the demo because it doesn't make any sense at this point. But yes, for everyone aware of built-in flows in Charles, it's always important to add a welcome flow, the subscriber and the opt-in collection over here.
And maybe quickly to add for the AI agents in general, as soon as we collect the opt-in, we can also do the double opt-in like at a later stage. But in the beginning, we just want engagement, like we just want some basic interactions, and then we can hook them. That is what we want afterwards.
That is what we want. But as you said, Luisa, I think right after you provided the information to your users, right? So if they're coming from for Reco, our product recommendation AI agent. So once they see the product, you can actually re-engage them 10 minutes afterwards with the double opt-in or like with the opt-in subscriber, right? So like providing the information like, hey, you already know about our products, go and sign up to become a subscriber and get more news and more discounts, more gamified experience. everything from our brand, right? Or support if you have some questions. Maybe you've gone through your record, maybe you've gone through your product recommendation conversation experience, and then you re-engage then with support or the welcome flow in order to keep on engaging. Yeah.
Exactly. Very cool. And yeah, I just wanted to mention this QR code in the bottom right works. And this is a very own Charles welcome flow that you can test out and kind of see how it works yourself. And the way that like all these WAMI links, these QR codes work, if you haven't used it before, is like you'll scan it and it will open WhatsApp and autofill a message in your message box. And all you have to do is send that message to the number, and then it will start the flow. Cool.
Well explained.
Let's move on to our live demo. So that's time for me to stop sharing my screen and kick it over to Esteban.
Yes, let's do it. And hold on to that and see where I can share my screen. This is the moment where technology actually pays off, and see exactly how everything goes. Let me see, share. Oh, share desktop too. Yes. Hold shift to select. And this is what I meant. Share. Allow. Well, this is what I meant by this. Let me see.
Gotta love technology.
You gotta love technology. So guys, I'm gonna need to create and reopen the app. So let me go back to this in a second. I'll be back.
Let me put on the elevator music really quick.
Yes, please.
To be honest, that happens to me so often. Like when I'm in client calls, I'm always so anxious that this sharing of my screen will really work.
Same here.
I had my issues before, not only with Zoom, but also with Teams. I know it's
Exactly. Or the time when you like it's you open it and it's like, oh, now it's time for an update.
Yeah, my favorite moment of the day. Or to
Yeah.
re-sign in again during the call. I also had this
Oh yeah,
one.
this happens to me so often. It's you've been logged out. Time to re-log in.
Yeah. I don't know. Working for a SaaS a startup makes even technical things still kind of hard.
Yeah.
But he's back.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
Here he is.
And we're back.
again.
We're back live from Madrid. Let's try to see if this one works now. So let me share my screen again. It's really good that we actually, just giving everyone a heads up, we actually tried this one out before, but yeah, well, this is the beauty of
That's the beauty of technology. You can try it once and it works, and then the second time it doesn't work, and you don't really know why, but you just gotta troubleshoot.
You just gotta do it. You just gotta do
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Okay, right. So we're here, right? So we have
Yeah.
it. The first things first, do you see my screen properly?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I see also your faces. It's really good. So what we're going to be doing now is the first things first. Let's give it a title, right? So in this case, it's fashion, the June webinar that we decided to go for. And the first thing that we have over here is the trigger. This one is a exact match, and I want to discover the latest styles. Remember that the trigger is also what we're using in order to get from the entry point to WhatsApp, right? So it also has to follow the same narrative of your CTX ad or like anything that is coming from your entry point, right? So if it's coming from a CTX ads that is proposing to find the latest styles, then this trigger should follow that narrative as well. It cannot be just a whole different narrative, otherwise your customers will be a little bit misleading, will be a little bit misled in that, and we don't want that. But let's look into what happens right after the user has sent this trigger. So I want to discover the latest styles. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is adding a first message, a message node. And in this case, I already have, for the sake of time and making sure that everything is working as expected, I have my copy already created. So in this case, the first thing that the user will be receiving from the ad is welcome. preferred name. In this case, remember that personalization is super important for our customers, and this is where it makes the difference, right? So at the end of the day, remember that they are on WhatsApp, is where the family, the friends, the loved ones live, talking, typing figuratively. And so that is where you make the connection. So we have a little bit of a presentation, right? And stage, your brand's virtual agent. And then afterwards, you have to manage the expectations for the users, right? So what are they doing at the virtual agent? What's going to be for them after using this experience? And so you need to make sure that you have that. So the first things first, so we have the first message. Then we have a little bit of a, let's say, a waiting delay, right? Because we don't want to send all the messages at once. So we want to have that sense of conversation. So we had maybe a delay of 2 seconds, right? And then afterwards, we have the other message where we say, we have another message over here that is the discover your selection. We discover our selection by tapping the styles that you're looking for. For example, show me loafers for women, or I need a red dress by your favorite designer. Why do we do this? It's because at the end of the day, our users or our customers are coming to your AI agent, and they may not know exactly how they can actually interact with your AI agent. So you need to not only manage the expectations on what is there for them to use in your virtual agent, but also you need to provide them some guidance. Because at the end of the day, it's always best to avoid frustration from your users, and you need to make sure that they know how to use their virtual AI agent, right? Boom. And now this is the fun part. So what happens, right? So you have managed the expectations, you welcome your user into your virtual agent experience, and then you provide them you provide the information around how they can actually converse or talk to your AI agent. So in this case, what we're going to be doing easily at Charles, what we do is we select the Charles AI agent node over here, and we add it, right? So this is where the magic starts to happen. This is where we can add different AI agents in order to have all the chances, or the more chances that the question from your users are understood. So in this case, we can have, for example, our product finder demo, right? Because this is a fashion, a style AI agent. Then we can also have maybe our FAQ agent demo, right? Support. So maybe because the user, instead of actually asking for some products recommendation, they have some questions around your brand, for example, or around shipping, or around, let's say, returning policy. So you don't know. And the third one, what we can use, and I love using, is the AI agent chit chat. So this is a really fun AI agent that you have over there, just to make sure that those questions that they are not within the scope of the project or within the scope of your AI agent, right? So let's say that someone goes into your AI agent and asks them about what time is it, or if they deliver pizza, right? And this is a fashion brand. So what's going to happen over there, right? So in this case, we want to make sure that these users are also getting answers and they're getting the responses. But obviously, we need to make it in the brand's voice and the brand's tone of voice. So this is a really good and fun thing to add, because at the end of the day, it gives another sense of conversational experience. And as I said before, you're on WhatsApp, you need to have that clear in mind. So far, so good, I guess, for everyone. And so what happens afterwards? So what we're doing, right? So we have the no match fallback response, where the users, if one of those questions that they have been asking the AI agent is not understood, we have a way out and to connect to an agent right away. So, right? So we have our virtual AI agent, but we have an easy way to manage their expectations and bring them to your agents, or to connect with your customer support, either on website or on our platform, to talk to an agent right away. But what happens after they have gotten their questions and they keep on asking questions, or they keep on asking for product recommendations, or they keep on chit-chatting with your AI agent? What happens after 10 minutes? So after 10 minutes, we need to send them another message, because we want to know exactly if their experience has been successful, or if you want to follow up with something that Luisa just mentioned before, right? So this is the perfect time to add the welcome flow or the opt-in, right? So the double opt-in that we've been discussing before, or we can follow up with another type of questions, right? So there's a lot of different array of possibilities that we can have over here. So you can send over here an NPS, also a follow-up, trying to understand what was the experience like. As Luisa said, the double opt-in to make sure that you're growing your subscribers. And the third one could be a follow-up, asking them to know more about other things about your brand. It's up to us to decide. But in this case, what we're going to be doing is, let me find it here. So what we're going to be doing is keep on asking questions, so prompting the user to keep discovering styles, or asking our AI agent if you got some questions, right? So this is a way to kind of like follow up on to find more product recommendations, or actually go into our FAQ agent to get your questions resolved. So we have two different, since we are prompting the user to take two different actions, we need to add two different CTAs, two different reply buttons. The first one will be questions, and the second one will be discover more styles. All right. So once we have that, so we have the questions, the discover more styles, the questions over here, what we're going to be doing is welcoming the user into the welcoming as the triggering the agent, and we have how can I help you today. You can ask me, for example, what's your return policy, or do you offer gift wrapping? Again, why do we do this? Is to manage their expectations and to guide them through the journey, right? Do we need to make sure that they understand what they can ask as your AI agent, and how they need to answer, how they need to ask your AI agent, just giving them some guidance over there. And here, what we do, Lisa, do you have an idea what we do afterwards here?
Well, add another agent.
Perfect. You made it right. 100% score. So in this case, what we do, as Luisa said, we add another one, which is going to be our FAQ agent demo, right? You could you add another product finder demo or the chit chat? Yes, you could do it, right? Because at the end of the day, as I said before, the best way in this case is to add these agents over here, because it gives us the possibility to make sure that the conversation experience is as rounded as possible. For the sake of this demo, we're just going to keep it like this. So the FAQ agent demo is set up, and then after 10 minutes, we trigger the follow-up message where we say, I haven't heard from you. So I haven't heard from you in a couple of minutes, right? I haven't heard from you, preferred name, and I hope I answered your questions. Tap below to discover more styles to get your questions answered. So we have two other CTAs. Remember that we need to make sure that the user is getting back into the happy path, into the experience. So we have the questions again, so to keep on triggering the AI agent, or to discover more styles. Right, so far so good. This could be a really basic AI agent flow, right? For our product recommendation for fashion, right? So we have from the very beginning our entry point. We have our entry point that is triggering this experience. We have our prescriptive message that says, I want to discover the latest styles. We welcome the user. We manage their expectations. We add the AI agent, the three of them that we have, right? In order to make sure that all those questions, either product recommendations, FAQ, or chit chat, can be answered. Then after 10 minutes over here, you will find that there is, if contact hasn't responded in 10 minutes, we can follow up with different options. In this case, we keep on prompting the user to either discover more styles or to have more questions. If they select more questions, you add another second AI agent, which is the FAQ AI agent. And again, follow up to lead them to the happy path, because at the end of the day, what you want them to do is to discover more styles and to bring them to find your products. Okay, so we've done it. And this is the building, really basic building for our agent, for a fashion AI agent. But now what we're going to be doing is showcasing you how this experience built on Charles looks on WhatsApp, right? For the sake of this demo, we have pre-recorded it to make sure that there was no issues, as you have seen before with my sharing skill and capabilities. So in this case, what we're going to be doing is the fashion recording. You have it over here. Very good. Well, this is going great. So far, so good, knocking on wood. So let's gonna look into what happens, right? So if I click on play, we will be able to see all these different elements, right? So I want to discover the latest styles because this is the exact match. We have the message sent over here. We send it. We welcome the user into the experience, right? As you have over here, we have the waiting 2 seconds delay in the middle. And then afterwards, we have our managing the expectations of how the user can send the message, right? So in this case, I asked them to show me casual loafers for men, right? In black specifically. So we have 3 different entities or 3 different elements that our AI agent is capturing. So the first one is casual, the second one is loafers, the third one is men, and the last one is black, right? So in this case, because we have our product finder, FAQ agent, AI agent demo, and AI agent to chat, let me pause that. We have the AI agent has understood that we wanted to go for the product recommendation agent and has displayed 3 different really cute and really beautiful black loafers for me, right? So the first one's over here and it's showcasing the title, underneath the description with a CTA to shop now to go right away into the website. And the last one, what we have in it is we see that we just gotten the follow-up question, which is keep discovering styles here or ask our AI agent if you got questions. Yeah, questions, discover more styles. And if we click on questions, we have our follow-up. How can I help you today? Managing expectations. In this case, I was very curious about the shipping policy of this brand, right? So what's your shipping policy? And because this question is answered by the FAQ agent demo, right? It provides us an answer to it right away. So our shipping cost is dependent, right? This is the way to you ask questions. In this case, also remember that we haven't added anything else. So this is where the current user is their state. So they are already living with the agent demo, FAQ agent demo, and they're conversing with them. So what is happening as of now, I'm asking another question. So do you offer return policies or like do you offer returns? And because we're still within the FAQ agent demo, it gives us an answer right away. Right? Remember that after 10 minutes, for the purpose of this demo, this is going to be less than 10 minutes. But for the actual, when you build in the conversations, in order to give enough time for the users and for the customers for your brand to actually manage their expectations and keep then engaging with your brand, we haven't given 10 minutes. And here, this is where the follow-up happens. So having heard from you, preferred name, again, personalization is key. I hope I answered your question. Type below to discover more style to get your questions answered. Yeah, obviously, one of the things that you can see over here, and this is the last thing I will say, I promise, for this is as you can see over here in the demo, I use a very succinct and very brief, also it's casual, the tone of voice is casual, but it has no emojis. Remember that all of this is personalized to your brand. So in this case, the brand wanted to have an agent that it was casual, but it's still straight to the point and avoid any other emojis or any other use of emojis, sorry, any other use of emojis that they're outside of the realm of the brand. So that's the reason why it may look a little bit like, why is not that fun and that, okay? But yeah, that's it.
Nice, thank you so much. Super exciting. I know we are kind of running out of time for questions here, but I still want to get to them. So if there's a couple minutes over, I'm sorry about that, but let's Let's do that. So we have these screen recordings that you can check out, but I will send those later in the slides that I sent everybody. And now for the Q&A, I think Ilka, my colleague, already responded to one of the questions for the product finder. How does the AI get the product info? We didn't show this in the demo, but you actually configure the AI agent in a different screen. And for the product recommender, you link the product catalog or your Shopify storefront, things like this, to the AI agent. So it's actually able to see all of the info that you have for your products. Next question, does this mean we do not need single opt-in for the AI agents? You can correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but I think the single opt-in is automatically given when someone sends the message to WhatsApp. Is that correct? Basically.
More or less.
Yeah.
So for the for the AI agents, it's right. We do not have to give an opt-in because we do not plan as of like in the first moment to tackle this person with messages going forward. What we define as single opt-in is anything that's coming in as like transactional conversations afterwards or order or shipping confirmation. We can gather that after the interaction with the AI agent, same as double opt-in, maybe even more fun to have the double opt-in to then send the person some marketing campaigns afterwards to really follow up on their purchase behavior or their interests. But short, no, we do not have to get or give any opt-in for the interaction with an AI agent.
Perfect, super cool. And then last question here, do we have any examples for B2B? I don't think we had any in this call, but it's a very good question. And I think, yeah, if you guys have any ideas there, you can speak to that. But I think for B2B, the messaging is also interesting because you can do so many creative things. Like you can even, I could even see a world where you could do like product demos or product intros over messaging, even for B2B applications.
Yes, definitely. We have a fun case, which is not per se B2B, but like very service oriented, where the FAQ information given, the whole document is very detailed, can go into a consultation even with not having like a real product catalog in it, but the FAQ agent can knows all the products to recommend basically. So I think even in B2B cases, this for like services, but also for products can be a great way to interact.
Yeah, exactly. Super exciting. Okay, we're 2 minutes over. Sorry about that, everyone, but thank you so much for joining, and hope to see you next time. I believe July 10th. Let me check. Yep, July 10th is going to be our next webinar. Thanks so much, and take care, and have a great rest of your Thursday. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.